All right, man. Torture talk, man. Torture talk. How y'all doing, man? Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's doing well. This episode is called Commercial Hip Hop is Dead. It's dead. And I'm going to break down and go through the key players that caused this to happen. It's been a long time coming, and we're going to talk about it. So this is part one. Part two will be Hip Hop is Alive. So make sure you check that out. I'm probably going to drop them both at the same time because I want to be able to people to see both at the same time. I don't want you to wait. I don't want you to wait. You're going to see both. So before I get into that, you know I got to get a legendary spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones at. Just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content. Absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App, no more PayPal. They call me the Hidden Gem. I went from 1,300 subscribers to over 18,000, 18,500. I'm moving up to 19. Come on, let's go. And yes, I am the king of the north. Let me know what kingdom you from, man. So look, we're going to get into this. This is about to be crazy. So I want y'all to understand. So we're going to start and we're going to go. So let's get it. All right. Commercial hip hop is dead. And I want y'all to understand something. By no means am I saying that these people won't still stream. They won't still do their thing. But for the most part, I put the people in here that is, I'm not going to say, well, most of these people are directly tied to Drake, except I would say Cardi B. I put Cardi B in here because I believe that her style of music is on the decline or either dead as well. So all of these artists here, so we're going to go through the top. Young Thug, Lil Baby, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Drake, top five. Now, I'm going to tell y'all why I put him on there in a second. Academics, 21 Savage, and Lil Wayne. Now, there's probably another person that I should have added on here. As a matter of fact, you know what? All right, there we go. Hey. Travis Scott is in the mix. All right, so look, these guys here, in my opinion, is what makes up most of these guys. They have ties to either other artists that are commercial or somewhat in the realm of these things. But Drake's the leader. He's the leader of the commercial rappers. He's the leader. Now, some probably say there's other people that are a little, maybe is bigger than him. Travis Scott may be a little bit bigger than Drake when it comes to certain things, not everything, but certain things. But he's the leader. He's the leader of this commercial coalition, I would call them. You know what I'm saying? The commercial commission. The commercial commission. That's a good one. That's a good one. The commercial commission. That's a good one. Let me write that down. Let me write that down right now. You know what I'm saying? Let me write that down right now, man. The commercial commission. The commercial commission, man. Let me write that down. Here we go. Commercial commission. Yeah, there we go. So I won't forget. So this is what we call the commercial commission. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're going to start with, let's just start with somebody exciting and get them out the way. You know what I'm saying? So let's start with somebody exciting. So here we go. The princess of the commercial commission. Right here. Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj been rapping for a little while now. Some call her the queen. Some call her the barb. Whatever you want to call it. But her music has been lacklustered for the last couple of features and albums. She has one feature that stands out. And the one feature she stands out that people would consider her to be a legend over is the monster feature, which I don't think that a feature can make you a legend. That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? But Nicki Minaj has been going on a rant and a tear on Twitter recently. And she's been attacking TDE members. She's been attacking anybody. And recently what she did was she contacted or tagged a sitting Congress or senator. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't think people that's in politics troll to the point where they trying to actively get people in trouble. I don't think they do stuff like that. I don't think Nicki Minaj is hitting up this senator or this congresswoman, this rep, let's just say this rep of the government. I don't think she's hitting her up to tell her to do something or say something to make somebody scared. I just don't think that. And when she said she contacted the FBI and the CIA, it was all gained from there. Her credibility from being who she was has shot down to the bottom, the depths of hell. I don't think that Nicki Minaj can actually come back from that. She's gonna always have her core fan base, but moving outside of that, she has been blocked in off of her own doing. I want y'all to understand this. She can't get out of this hole. She can't. What she said totally goes against hip hop, and she's put in the same category as Drake now. So now people are looking at her like this person who is trying to destroy hip hop by saying certain things that she know is totally against hip hop. Let's just be clear. That's what it is. So you have to understand, Nicki Minaj is one of the reasons why this genre is dead. Okay, so let's start with this guy. Now, Travis Scott. Travis Scott is what I would call, he's definitely a part of the commercial commission. But the thing about Travis Scott is he created a sound, or he was a part of a sound that resonated with a lot of young people. But as you get older, that sound fades. Because the one thing I will say that all of these guys on this list don't understand, and I have to say that they did push the boundaries, but what they don't understand is beats and rhymes will always prevail. You could put all types of effects on your voice. You can rap a certain way, cater to a certain demographic. It doesn't matter. Beats and rhymes, or rhymes and beats, will always prevail. If I'm a plain rapper, but I have something to talk about, I will prevail in the long run over Travis Scott. It might take me a couple of years, but eventually, whether it's through respect or whether it's through appeal, I will pass Travis Scott eventually, because anybody that has something to say of any significance will always prevail. It might not be today. It might be after they're dead and gone. But they will always pass these people. As you notice, the legends, every hip hop legend has something to say. Any rapper that's just good and got a couple of awards, they don't have nothing to say, their words won't last. Because you have to understand, words transcend. They go forward. Words keep going. If you have nothing to say, it's going to go so far and that's it. He is one of those rappers who have nothing to say. Nothing. So his songs may be good, but that's it. That's it. It ain't going to go nowhere. His sound is good. Now, by any means, by no means am I saying that Travis Scott is trash. I actually think he's a pretty good artist, but he's painted himself in a box. He's always going to have to cater to his fan base and not step out the box. He can't. At this point, if he steps out the box, his sales, his whatever you want to call it, will go just like that. And he's not doing so well now. His new album just came out, and I believe the clips is outpacing his new album. And he's much bigger than the clips. Much bigger. If he didn't pass the clips, they're close to him. Let's just say that. Let's say that. So he's one of the commercial commissions that is causing this death. 21 Savage. Now, I'm gonna be the first to say, I'm gonna get this out the way. I think one of Drake's best projects is with 21 Savage. I think that project is pretty good. It's not a classic, but it's a great album. I like it. Her Loss, I think it's great. But you also see the change in Drake on that album. I don't know if he brought that out of Drake, but you see the change. I believe 21 Savage and Drake album is the most Drake ever rapped. I believe he rapped most of that album. The majority of that album he rapped. So even though I say that Drake should come out with a rap album, there you have it right there. You know what I'm saying? So most of that album is a rap album. I think it's good. Now, as far as 21 goes, I think that 21 Savage, to me, he had his time. I think that being entrenched into the streets and the street culture and the street life and still being an artist, it never works in my opinion. It doesn't. You only go so far because you can't really go anywhere without people latching on to you. And let's be clear here. If you're still connected to the streets and something happens, that's how you get hit with a RICO. Now, I'm not saying that 21 Savage will get hit with a RICO. I'm just saying that if you're still connected to the streets and they're still doing nefarious things out there and doing all these things to people and having people set up and selling, eventually you're going to get caught up in that, especially if you are funding some of it, or you don't have to necessarily be funding it, but if you're passing money to someone and they're doing something, yeah, they're going to say you're part of a criminal organization. That's what that is. That's what they're going to say. So he is one of those artists that I think he has, he's tricky because it seems like he is underground, but he is he's a commercial hardcore rapper. Let's just say that. He's looking for certain things. And he also has a certain following. So he 100% has contributed to the fall of the commercial coalition. You know what I'm saying? A commercial commission. He has contributed to it. So 21 Savage would be that guy. And his neighbor, another one who contributed to it. No growth in none of his music. His first couple of albums, first one album or two albums was actually okay. The one where I believe he was sitting on the moon or sitting on the sun or something like that. I can't remember exactly how the album cover looked, but that album was all right. The album was all right. But anything after that, the Wham album was trash. Even his fans were saying it was trash. He is one of those rappers that I think has got stuck in his own head. I think that he thinks that everything he has to do has to relate to everybody in the streets. He's beholden to everybody he pleases. He can't even do anything else outside of that. If he does, they're going to say he trash. Sometimes I feel like maybe people are making him do this. I don't know him personally, so I can't say that's the truth. I'm saying that's how I feel. You're constantly making the same music. And some people feel like if it ain't fixed, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. But see, the thing about art is you only become a legend when you step outside the box or you do something that typically you really normally don't do. You know what I'm saying? And you have to elevate your game. To me, he's always been stagnant. He hasn't gotten better at all. At all. I actually would argue that he got worse. His subject matter is the same in every song. He's complaining about something. Somebody's girl, his girl, giving him. He raps like he's 100% stressed out. Like he raps like he's stressed out. Like he raps like he's poor. He has nothing. He's stressed out. And I think that he feels as though that's how he has to rap because believe it or not, some rappers feel like they have to rap like that because they feel like they have to relate to people that's on the ground like that. But in my opinion, you have to pull those people up. You have to give them hope. Now, he did a couple of songs where he did, say some things about pulling people up. But I think that someone probably pointed and said, yo, you got to do that. But outside of that, he got some hits, but his hits are repetitive. It's like, okay, if I know I could meet these qualifications for this hit, I'm just going to put these in the box. I'm just going to put them in there. And everything fits real nice and neat. So I'm going to do that every time. And I'm going to keep getting hits because that's what the radio calls for. But then you got somebody that come along that's a beautiful mess. Boom, bam. And their hit changes everything. Pushes it to another level. And now you can't reach that level because you're so used to checking those boxes. You can't even run it up. You can't even catch him because he did something that you should have been working on your whole career. I don't know how many albums he got. I know he probably got more than 4, right? He got more than 4 albums and they all sound the same. So if you got more than 4 albums, they all sound the same. To me, you are a undeveloped, successful artist. And to me, I feel like you have a core fan base because either the demographic that follow you and you got some people that like you. But outside of that, you haven't pushed past that point. You haven't pushed the needle. So to me, the more you go up, you're going to start to go like this. And you're going to decline, but your decline is going to be so bad that you're not even going to be able to go back up because your people are going to be tired of you. And you try to do something different, it's too late. It's too late. So, okay. Now, this is a tricky one. You know what I'm saying? Young Thug. Young Thug, to me, is he's very complicated to gauge because he's kind of like Drake in a way, but he's much realer than Drake. But the thing about Young Thug is I like the Jeffrey album. I think the album is pretty good. Actually, I think the album is really good. You know what I'm saying? But he's another one that hasn't gotten past his persona in the streets. A lot of these guys, they can't let that life go. I honestly think that that's the only reason why Young Thug is where he's at. I think if Young Thug was to let the side of Drake go and got out of that and started rapping with other rappers, like if he started rapping with Kendrick and them and stopped really using certain way of going about it, because Young Thug reminds me of a young Wayne, just song-wise a little bit better in my opinion. I think he makes better songs than Lil Wayne. But he still falls into that category because he uses certain auto-tune and certain way he rap and they try to sing rap. This is where he's at. So if, in my opinion, if he got away from that, because he don't have bad bars, he's actually all right. He's not super fire. But if he started rapping with other real rappers, it would be different for him. You will see something totally different. I probably would apply that to 21 Savage as well, too. If he was to rap with other rappers that can actually really rap, they will elevate their game. They would have to. You know what I'm saying? They would have to. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that he's not one of the sole reasons why, but he's definitely in that class of falling with the commercial coalition or the commercial commission. Ah, man. The biggest upset in my life, one of the biggest upsets in my life when it comes to this music thing, legends will fall. And this one here has fallen. He has fallen. If we're going off his old work, he's still a legend. He's a legend. He hasn't reached a legend by default, but he's still a legend. But the problem with him and his catalog, in my opinion, he only has a certain amount of songs, but he doesn't have things that I think actually changes people's lives. And the reason why I'm putting it all on him like this is because he's one of the biggest rappers of all time. And at this point in his career, he still hasn't gotten past that point where he's all bars with no substance. He hasn't gotten past that point. He's not an artist anymore. He's just a guy who has tattoos with blonde, broken off dreads that raps. That's it. And he just so happens to be a legend. But he has nothing to say that I can say, okay, yeah, I learned from that. He's still using metaphors and similes as if he just pitched his demo tape to somebody. And some people say that's what's up. But you have to understand, he's also using it in a commercial sense. Because he does rap with everybody. Don't get me wrong. And he kills it. He kills it. But that's it. He hasn't gotten past that point. He hasn't gotten past that point. He hasn't moved past that point. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that he's where he's at because his last album really tarnished his legacy to me. Me personally, at this point in your career, I'm just going to say it. You shouldn't be putting out nothing less than a classic or damn near a classic. You are too good. You're too good. There's no way in the world you putting out average or worst at best. It's trash. So he's definitely one of those artists that led to the fall of the commercial commission. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely one of those guys. All right. So we're getting down to the wire. This guy right here is another person who led to the fall of the commercial commission. The propaganda, the bull, the lying, manipulation, the pushing certain things, going against everything as far as hip hop goes. I will say that he is on record saying that he puts hip hop first. The issue with this guy, in my opinion, is he don't put hip hop first. He puts himself and his content first. That's it. But he is one of the major keys of why commercial hip hop is dead. Because in my opinion, he has the most probably influence out of everybody, even though he only had the most subscribers. But his name rings bells. We can't lie about that. His name rings bells in everything. There are people on the news talking about him. I literally seen NBC or one of those news networks say this comes courtesy of Via Academics, DJ Academics. So he has some pull in the game. But see, he don't know what team he's on. Well, he do know what team he's on. He's on the self team, himself. You know what I'm saying? There's no I in we. It's him. You know what I'm saying? He's on that. So whenever academics come out and he says certain things, you have to take it as if he's not telling you the truth because he's always going to put his agenda over everything, even over Drake. He's going to put himself first. And some people say that's nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to hip hop, you have to be able to give an unbiased opinion about things. You can't box people in. You know what I'm saying? You have to give yourself an unbiased opinion overall. You can't just be like, well, this guy is trash. You have to give a reason why he's trash. He literally comes out and says things like, well, Kendrick Lamar and the Clips are beefing, and what they're doing is they're clout chasing through beefing with people. But then in the same breath, he says, well, I know y'all gonna say that Drake does that and Drake's song is like that. It is, but it's a little bit different. Drake is literally doing the same thing. And this is what I'm talking about. You have to really pay attention. And this is the reason why commercial hip hop is dead. Because of people like him who has all this influence. The people are not stupid. People know, even your own fans know that you be caping for Drake. They know you cape for Drake. They're not playing. They say, yeah, this guy be caping for Drake. We know he does this. And they call you out on your own show. And you try to pretend like it's nothing. So this is one of the reasons why. He's a major key. He's a major key. He's one of those keys, you know, the 3 different keys, you open the door, the Squid Game shit. He's one of those keys that open the Pandora's box of death. Like, for real. All right. Now, I know a lot of y'all probably gonna think that this is a reach or it's a tricky, right? And the reason why I add this on, not necessarily for Rory, but more for Maul. The reason why they make this list is because Rory, well, then again, Rory too. Rory literally said out his own mouth that Drake basically is trying to save the music industry because he felt as though that people was paying people behind Drake's back to listen there. I see he said something to that effect. I'm not going to quote him, but it was something to that. It's basically he was siding with Drake on the suing thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear. He was. But he's not the sole reason why. He's not. I'll just say he's guilty by association. They did the drive-by and he was the one that got caught. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the driver. Maul. Millie Maul, whatever you want to call him, Maul. Maul is probably the most delusional person when it comes to music and Drake. He makes any and every excuse up for Drake. I do see some episodes where Maul says some things, but it ain't about Drake. He says a lot of things that are real, and I respect it. I'll say, okay, yeah, I understand. I agree. But for the most part, he's one of those guys that contributed to the fall of commercial hip hop by encouraging Drake and saying certain things about Kendrick and saying certain things about Dr. Dre and crashing out. Some people might say, well, I don't agree with that. I don't think that Maul, I don't think Maul did that. I don't think that Maul did that. I just don't believe that Maul did that. But my thing is, like, I understand what y'all saying, but it's been a year and he's still in his head insinuate that Drake still won the battle. And if you can't be real about it, then I don't really know what to say. That's my biggest issue with Maul. You can't be real about anything. I don't know what to tell you. And that's why I say he contributed to it, because believe it or not, Maul is, since he's a big Drake fan, he says things on Twitter, oh, what's the name? The Iceman got a bomb on it. He is a focal point in this whole Drake thing. Like, I could just say that he is. But he's one of those reasons why commercial hip hop is dead. All right. So this guy here, he is another one of the key factors that the reason why I believe Drake has fallen. You know what I'm saying? I know he's up and down, back and forth, but I want to just say this. When you have somebody like this who constantly trolls and constantly, it becomes annoying and it becomes a distraction. It's not even about the music anymore. This guy doesn't make it about the music. He makes it about what he can do. When you going up to hotels and say, oh, where's he at? And I'm this person, I'm gonna delete this person. When he does stuff like this is not about hip hop. And you got to understand, when you got somebody like him who is so-called your shooter or in your corner, and people see that you are chilling with this guy who is talking about offing somebody in the open, you can't tell me that he didn't contribute to the fall of Drake and the fall of commercial hip hop. Because you got guys like this who are really not rappers. They're really not. He's really not a rapper. You know what I'm saying? He does music, but he's not an artist. If he was, that's what he would be doing. He's not an artist. But you got to think about it. If he's not an artist, but he's hanging around an artist and he's causing trouble and turmoil, but it doesn't benefit him, it doesn't do anything, and then what happened? He got poked up in his neck. Not to say that that's the reason why he got poked, but you keep negative energy around you, that's what happens. So he's definitely one of those people that I would say is up the ranking, close to your boy. Now, would I say that he's one of the major reasons why? No, but he's definitely in that class, and he's the virus. He's the virus, one of the virus cells or one of the cells that you just can't kill. He's one of those guys that just won't go away. He's the infection that you just gotta keep on trying to heal it, and it just keep on coming back. He's herpes. That's him. Herpes. You know what I'm saying? Top 5 herpes. That's him. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. It's been a long time coming, man. Rest in peace to the career of this man here. Now, I know a lot of y'all probably saying he's still thriving. What do you mean? Rest in peace to his career. How would I say this? The influence that he had on the game is over. It's done. He's complaining about not going number 1. He's saying that he's being suppressed. He's saying that people are using bots to beat him. If he was the biggest artist like he said he was, he wouldn't have to say these things. Even if you're saying it is true, there's no bots at concerts. If you look at Kendrick's concerts, you look at his stadium tour that he's on, the Grand National Stadium tour, that's not bots. So which means that people are resonating with his music all over the world. This is not just here in America. All over the world. That's what he has to deal with. The biggest thing I think Drake has to deal with is Not Like Us is a song that he would never, ever get around. He can try to make 10 more hits. He could do 100 hits. That song is always going to forever taint his legacy. It is a hex that's been put on him that he cannot get past. He can't do nothing about that. There's nothing he can do about Not Like Us. Absolutely nothing. He can't do anything. He had a chance to do something about it when he was still in the battle, but when he came out with the Heart Part 6, he conceded. He was he basically said he was the last person with the song. But he literally said, I'm not doing no more records. That's what he said. And then he said, I would like that song, but if you wasn't lying in the song. But you told him to say that. So you have to understand where he's at. Now, what did I miss? This song is an okay song, but here is the problem. The biggest problem with this song is it doesn't have any growth. This song sounds like all his other songs. He has a formula that he believes check the boxes. Even him, the biggest artist in the world, feels like this formula is bulletproof. I'm singing, rapping, it's bulletproof. Remember what I said. Beats and rhymes always prevail. He's coming out trying to fuse this music, the beats, and he's trying to fuse the singing with the rapping, right? For him, it works. Might work, but it only takes him so far now because people are used to a different sound. If Drake comes out, I'm telling y'all now, he's going to switch sides. And what I mean by that is he's not going to chase hits anymore, in my opinion, because he's going to probably maybe try to get another hit because he wants to beat Michael Jackson's record. But Drake is a chameleon. He goes wherever everything else is going. He has no choice but to rap. He's going to go to rap. He's going to go to that direction. I'm telling y'all now. Would he be good at it? Who knows? But he's going to go to that direction because this sound here, even though What I Miss was a good sound, a good song, it's dead. This sound is a dead sound. I really feel Like no one really cares but his fans about this sound. I'm serious. I don't think that this sound is gonna prevail. I think that it's what it is, but they're saying that it debuted at number 12 this week or 13 or something. I don't know. But the point I'm making is it debuted at number 2 and it dropped significantly. Another thing too, Drake feels as though, in my opinion, Drake feels as though that he don't have to work hard no more. You got to understand something. When you are an artist, you always have to work hard. So many legends have fallen because they stopped working hard. Some of my favorite rappers of all time has fallen. Some of my favorite groups have fallen because they didn't work hard. After a certain album, they just thought that the fans was going to love whatever they did. That's him right now. This song here is just a rehash of how he feels. This is a remix to the Fighting Irish. That's what this is. It's just a remix. Drake can still flow, he can still rap. That's his strong suit, but he's not using that because he has so many emotions running through him right now that he can't even focus. So he has to talk about these people. It's another thing that Drake has a problem with. He has no growth in his music either. Him, Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, they have old money, has no growth in their music. They talk about current events and things that people did to them. That's it. They have nothing to talk about. They have become complaining rappers. They just complain. Salty and complain rappers. The commercial commission. Just salty and complain. That's it. And he has become that. Nothing else. So there you have it, man. Why hip hop has died. The commercial hip hop is dead. And that's the thing, man. I think we have to give our condolences. Rest in peace to y'all. I think that they have their run. And I think that there's nothing they can do about it. They ran out of time. We've been giving these people so many chances to actually grow with the artistry and grow with their fan base, and they haven't. They still stuck in the teenage adolescent rap. All of them. Every one of them still raps like they're teenagers. Like for real. There's no grown-up rap with these people. So. All right, man. So tell me what y'all think, man. Hit me in the comments. How y'all feel about this? You know what I'm saying? Y'all believe commercial hip hop is dead? The commercial commission, is it over for them? Or do y'all believe that they're going to be able to come back and take the game back? I just disagree. I don't think they're going to. I think that right now hip hop is on a different wavelength. And I think it's very difficult for these artists to even keep up because you got rappers that are coming out that are extremely good at rapping. So we'll see what happens. But thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all so much for being in my corner and doing the thing. I promise y'all, my lips are not ashy. That's just the grays around my lips. All right? I just wanted to say that. So if you made it to the end of this, if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. All right, man, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. Bye. Bye.